Okay, so good evening, guys. So for today, our discussion is on module number 3, risk management. So an introduction to risk management. So by the way, ano nga ba itong risk management na ito? No? So technically speaking, pag sinabing risk management is literally managing the risk. Okay, so ano ngayon ang ibig sabihin no, pag sinabi mong managing the risk, di ba? Mahirap ba to? Marami bang kailangan gawin? Masalimuot ba to? Ano ba to? May process ba to? So, yun ang didiscuss natin today. Okay? So, according kay Alia Valiente, sabi niya, we don't manage risk. So, we can have no risk. We manage risk so we know which risks are worth taking, which one will get us to our goal, which one have enough of a payout, or even take them. So ano ibig sabihin ito? Parang medyo magulo yata. Hindi ba sir, pagka sinabing risk management, we are going to avoid risk, no? Pero ito, sinasabi ni Alia Valiente, hindi ganun. Sila, they manage risk. So, sabi niya, we don't manage risk so we can have no risk. Kasi ayaw nila ng walang risk. Ang gulo, no? Bakit ganun, sir? Bakit ayaw nila ng walang risk? Simple lang naman daw ang dahilan. Bakit nila ayaw nila ng walang risk? Di ba? Kasi sabi niya, we manage risk so we know which risk are worth taking. Sir, ano ibig mong sabihin by that? Kasi kung natatandaan nyo, may dalawang klase ng risk. Yung risk that brings hazard, literal na risk, o yung risk na positive na nagbibigay ng opportunity. So, this is the reason kung bakit sinabi ni Alia Valiente na when they manage risk, kasi they would like to know, di ba? They would like to know which among the risk are worth taking. Okay? Alin doon yung haharapin nila, alin yung kukunin nila, alin yung isosolve nila. Kasi baka daw itong mga risk na ito ay makakatulong sa kanila para ma-reach yung kanilang goal o kaya naman, kumita sila. Okay? Kasi nga, meron tayong risk as an opportunity. Okay? So, hopefully, maliwanag yan, no? Kasi nabanggit natin last time sa module number 2 na pwede kasi maging positive. Sa module 1 din, pwede maging positive, pwede maging negative ang isang risk. Kung positive nga to, ibig sabihin, it impose an opportunity. Kung negative naman, purely risk. Purely risk. Delikado siya. Okay? Now, risk management is the process of identifying. Yan, okay? Highlight natin. Ayan. Identifying, assessing, and controlling threats. Okay? So, yan ang risk management. May process. Ano yung unang ginagawa? They identify those risks. Tama pala sinabi ni Valiente. They have to identify first. Diba? Identify first the risk. Is it purely risk or is it an opportunity? Which is which? Then, ano sa susunod na gagawin? We need to assess. Oo nga, no? We need to assess. Kaya ba nating harapin tong risk? Makikinabang ba tayo dito kapag hinarap natin to or what? And then finally, controlling the risk. In controlling the risk, ibig sabihin, we try to control literally or mitigate the risk or mitigate the threat. Okay? Yan. So yan ang ginagawa natin in risk management. We identify, we assess, and we control the threat. Okay? Ngayon, in the financial world, ganun din naman ang ginagawa. In risk management, they also identify. They analyze. They decide whether to accept or reject, and then comes up with a mitigation. Yan. May mitigation plan. By the way, pag sinabing mitigation or to mitigate, ibig sabihin ito is to lessen. Okay? Or to reduce. Okay? Kunwari, to lessen the effect or to reduce the effect of a risk. Especially if it is about investment decision. Okay? Parang ganito yan, no? Pag sinabing mitigation. Kunwari guys, tatalon ka mula sa, halimbawa, ang height niya mga 10 feet, tatalon ka. Kung tatalon ka mula doon, babagsak ka doon sa ground, ito ay concrete, no? Pagtalon mo na, masakit yun. May chance pa na mabalian ka. Pero, pwede natin gawa ng paraan para hindi ka masyadong masaktan. So, ano gagawin natin? Paasahin ka. Hindi, joke lang. Ang gagawin natin is that we are going to put some mattress. Diba? Maglagay tayo ng sapin. Maglagay tayo doon ng mga dalawang mattress siguro na magkapatong. So, pagbagsak mo, hindi masyadong masakit. So, yun sinasabi natin na mitigation. Okay? So, ile-lessen natin yung magiging impact ng risk. Now, in risk management, we also examine the relationship between risk and impact. Yun. Ano itong mga risk na ito at ano ang impact? Positive ba o negative ang impact? If it is positive, how much? Yan, how much kagad? How much? Nakikitain natin dito. Kung ito naman ay negative, purely risk, gaano kalaki ba magiging damage? Kaya ba natin itong harapin? Yun. So that's why in risk management, it's not just identifying the risk, assessing the risk, kundi we also try to examine the relationship between risk and its impact. Okay? Kaya sabi niya, a successful risk management program helps an organization consider the full range of risk that they face. Bakit? Kasi madaming klase ng risk. So, hindi naman din pwede na opportunity lang ang titignan mo. Diba? Yung positive risk. Paano yung negative? Hindi mo naman pwedeng i-ignore yan. No? Lalo na kung magiging significant din ang effect nito sa iyo. Okay? So, hopefully, I'm clear about that. So, sabi ko nga, ang risk management, no, is a process. Ayan. So, basically, meron tayong 4 na steps. Identify the risk, step number 1. Step number 2, assess the risk. Step number 3, treat the risk. And step number 4, monitor and report on the risk. Now, dito tayo sa step number 1, risk identification. So, sabi ko nga kanina, no, in risk identification, we are going to identify all possible events. Okay? All possible events. Pwedeng negative o yung purely risk, or positive siya, or opportunity. So, alin ba dito? Ano ang meron tayo? Ano ang meron tayong kinakaharap? Positive o negative risk? So, regardless kung ano man siya, we have to itemize each. We have to identify what are those risks. Okay? So, yun ang ginagawa natin dito. Example, di ba? Sa isang opisina. Yan. O, pag pinagmasdan mo ba yung opisina, may makikita kang risk doon. Pwede. Halimbawa, yung mga upuan, yung mga mesa, matutulis yung kanto niyan, delikado yan. Bakit? Paano kung may matisod, tumama yung mukha doon sa kanto? O di, malamang mabubutas pa yung mukha, kasi tutusok yung pinakakanto. O, risk yan. Yung alin pa, yung mga extension ng kuryente. Di ba, halimbawa, may kulang yung outlet. Di ba? Kulang yung outlet. So, kumuha ka ng extension. Yun. Pwedeng makatisod yan. O, di ba? So, yun yung sinasabi natin. So, that's why we are going to identify all of those risks. Whether positive or negative, we have to identify those risks. Okay? Ngayon, kasunod ng risk identification is to assess. O ano na? Yan, ano na? So, kailangan ma-assess natin, ma-assess natin yung risk na involved. Diba? Sir, paano? Anong gagawin? Diba? Kasi kailangan may paraan yan eh. Be it qualitative or quantitative, i-assess natin siya. So, simple lang naman guys, para natin, no? Kapag sinabing qualitative, no? May dalawang bagay lang tayong titignan. Ano yun? Yan. Ano yung titignan natin? Yun daw impact at saka yung likelihood. So, sir, ano yung impact saka likelihood na pinag-uusapan natin dito? A qualitative assessment analyze the level of criticality, okay, based on the event's probability and impact. Yung level of criticality na to, based on probability, ibig sabihin likelihood. Impact, yung severity. Gaano kagrabe? Yan, severity yun. Gaano ka posibleng mangyari? Yun yung probability. So, yun dalawang yun ang tinitingnan natin kapag ang pinag-uusapan ay qualitative. So, tinitingnan natin yung level of criticality niya. Gaano ka-critical siya? Okay? Kunwari, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 yung pinaka-critical. Yung 1 yung less critical. Yun. So, parang ganun yan. Pangalawa, yung sa financial, no, yung may financial impact, ito naman yung sa quantitative. Ang quantitative assessment analyzes the financial or benefits of the event. Yun. So, tinitingnan natin, ano yung financial impact na? May loss ba tayo may-incur? Magkano? So, yun ang tinitingnan natin. Ngayon, dito sa qualitative, no, tinitingnan nga natin as mentioned yung occurrence, yung probability of its occurrence, yung potential na ito ay mangyari, at saka kano ang impact, gano'ng kagrabe, ano yung impact, malakas ba, mahina, or what. So yan dalawang yan at titignan natin. Ito yun, yan, at saka ito, yan. Okay, now kapag nagawa natin to, na-assess natin ng tama, okay, so magkakaroon na tayo ngayon ng idea. So parang ito yan. Okay, i-add natin, i-advance natin ng konti. Okay. Yan. So parang ganito yan guys. Yung gagamitin natin for risk assessment, pwedeng gumawa tayo ng ganito. Okay? Pero ito kasi, risk management plan to. Pero, pwede natin gamitin yung ganitong klase ng matrix para sa ating assessment. Okay? Yan. So, pwede mo rin gamitin yung ganyang format para dito sa step number 2. Diyan sa risk assessment. Ngayon, kung meron kang ibang tools na pwedeng gamitin, pwede naman. Wala namang problema. Wala namang one standard na tools para sa risk assessment. Okay? Pwede nga yan, through interview, halimbawa. Okay, gaano kadelikado to? Yan, gaano kadelikado to? I-rate mo nga from 1 to 5, 5 as the highest. O yun, risk assessment din ang tawag natin doon. Okay? Ayan. So, we are now going to proceed with step number 3.